Okay. Oh, I got the loady thing. And shows we're live there, but I'm not showing it up on my phone yet. Oh, yay. We're good.
You think we're good?
I think we're good.
We can't do really any worse than half of the local news stations have been doing lately. They've been, I think they're understaffed because of this beer virus thing. It's crazy.
And at least they're using regular TV. They're not even trying to use the internet to run everything.
That's true.
So
all right, so you think we're on, right?
We're on. It shows we're on.
All right.
So if someone in the world would
We
comment,
are Weichert Realtors Main Edge, Mustang, Oklahoma. And it is episode 146 and 146 and a half and 146 and a quarter and whatever.
Yeah.
April 24th, the year 2020. Tell you what, a fourth of the year is gone. Whammo.
It's crazy.
Actually, a third of the year is just about gone. Has this coronavirus thing slowed your life down or sped things up?
Mine, I don't have as many active buyers right now as normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I usually have more buyers, and I'm going, like, the last couple weekends. I've had a few showings on the listing, but there's some weekends I'm just like, what do I do with myself?
Right. Well, I've got so many projects done at home.
I've been trying to work on other stuff, but it's still like, I usually am going and moving and
right.
out there.
And as realtors, I mean, generally we're just going. And
but I like that.
Well, it sure makes time fly by, that's for sure. That's one thing about Weichert as far as a company.
Mm-hmm.
They have pulled out all the stops as far as, management is even more involved in the franchisees and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I missed the Zoom happy hour thing yesterday. Did you get to see it?
I recorded it all.
Oh, okay, awesome. So we can still watch it.
Right. Their involvement with the agents and management is just, that's one of the best things about being a franchisee. And, like all the SBA stuff, they have people that are going through all that stuff, deciphering everything and helping people figure out. Because if you go to SBA.gov, it is overwhelming. And then there's 500 scam sites. If you Google something.
I know. That's why it took me so long to get through the stuff, trying to find the grant and everything. And all I could find were the loans. And it was on one website and only listed like 4 or 5 of them.
I get very frustrated trying to search Google anymore anyway, because generally what I'm actually looking for is on page like 3 or 4.
Because the first 2 or 3 pages are usually the ads, people that are paid to be there, and stuff like that. And that's not always what you need, because those are done by keywords.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're searching something and there's a keyword in your search, whether that's it you're looking for or not, it's going to pop up because you have one of the keywords.
Well, I'll tell you, the keyword with Weichert is Bill Scavone. Okay.
Yes.
That guy is awesome. Okay. He's one of the main reasons that I bought the franchise in the first place. We clicked. I love the guy to death, but his leadership, and involvement during all of this stuff is it's impressive to me. I can almost guarantee you, I'm not involved with any of these other franchises, but I doubt they hear from their upper management like we do at all.
Well, what I liked about that, so yesterday what the Zoom thing was, they called it the happy hour. Bill got in and did a dual Zoom with a well-known speaker. We got to see him
Jared James, right? Yeah.
We got to see him at convention 2 years ago, and they did a thing for everybody to join in with Weichert and watch and get some help and motivation out of it.
Well, and try to decipher some of the crap that's going on, we're all involved with our own little lives here.
Right.
It's nice to have some other folks looking out for us, because sometimes we feel like the lone strangers out here.
And the corporate's more in the center of it. They're out of New Jersey, so they're right there by New York, kind of in the bigger goings-ons.
Bill don't like it when I tell him that the boys choice in New Jersey. They talk so funny.
You have nowhere to park your car.
Yeah. Park the car. Oh, kind of reminds me of Boston Rob on Survivor. Do you watch Survivor?
I don't.
Oh, I have watched every Survivor episode since it started.
Okay.
I mean, I absolutely love that show. But Boston Rob, he's my favorite character. He cracks me up. He's just Survivor. This year's the 40th season.
That's crazy.
It is.
They should go drop them in the hills of Arkansas or, the bayous of Alabama. I would watch that.
Well, I have actually applied to be on Survivor before, okay?
Uh-huh.
But, of course, I'm a little old and fat for that now. But, my wife told me, she goes, if you ever got picked, they would go someplace cold. Like Alaska or something like that instead of some tropical island.
When they used to do the Amazing Race, I used to joke with somebody, and I'm like, we should so go do that.
Yeah. My brother and I, we applied for the Amazing Race way back when. They take us
just because we're so, we'd be entertainment, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, in YouTube, everybody and their dog has a channel nowadays. Okay. A lot of people are making money off of that stuff.
If we could show the real true grit and stay within our ethical restraints, we could make a killing on the real estate. Some of the bloopers and craziness that goes on.
I get frustrated with all these flipping shows. I
want to see a real, true flipping show.
I would love to see a real, true flipping show.
Maybe that's what we should do when you start getting your next house.
Okay, maybe we could do that because
start
it's
a channel and show the truth.
It's not like it is on TV.
No,
and
neither is buying a house. You don't go look at 3 houses and then decide which one.
Yeah, you're lucky to look at 50, make offers on 20, and you might get one.
And that's. I've had one client that we've looked at one house and they made an offer and we got it. Here and there, a handful, you maybe look at 3 or 4 and they find one.
Right.
But that's not the norm.
And the market is flooded with people wanting to flip houses and all that stuff. And and I've done a lot of rehabs. I think we've just finished, I think it's 170th one this last one. Of course, that's taken me many years to do that. And I've done really good on some, and I've lost my shirt on some. Worst I've ever done was I lost $100,000 on one house. You're like, oh my gosh, in our market, that's crazy.
Right. And then you don't really know. You can go and walk around the house and look at it. Like if you're buying at auction or whatever, you don't know what's underneath because you can't do an inspection. So
a lot of them you're not allowed to do an inspection. That's a little frustrating because I do inspections on all my houses, and but I've got to where I can walk through a house and go, okay, it's going to cost $5,000 to do that bathroom, $10,000 to do this kitchen, and a lot of times I just walk and let the newbies do.
During that show, we can use my new toy.
Which one?
The stabilizer.
Oh, your stabilizing camera apparatus. It's fancy.
I could hook it on a tripod. I was playing with that the other day.
Hey, to tell you, I got a drone.
Which one did you get?
Cheap one. So if I crash it, which I've already done twice.
What brand?
I don't know. I'm not sure that it has a brand name. It has China written all over it. Okay.
Well, John's been the company that made that stabilizer that I just got that I really like, the gimbal. Mm-hmm. He's been looking at those drones that company makes too. So I'm like, well, if you get that, I can use that in real estate too.
Well, I bought 2 of them just figuring out the software and how to make them do what they're supposed to do. That's a trick in itself. But
okay, so you needed someone to go with you to Moab to do your filming, right?
That's right. Well, actually, I need a videographer. That's what I need because
I'll volunteer for that one.
I'm busy doing the stuff.
I know.
Like going to the river all the time. I have almost 600 miles on my side-by-side, and it's only left our property one time.
Right.
And, it's a 2019 model, okay?
Right.
But it's up and down that hill, going to the river and checking for minnows and all that stuff. We love it, But that's one of the things about real estate I like. I like helping people find the property that they just love. and they want to spend as much time as they can there.
Yes.
Now, one thing in Oklahoma, we have lots of stuff. Of course, we have all the suburbs just like everybody else.
Yep.
But just like that one you sold, the whole family moved in there. What, 70-some acres?
Oh, 71 acres, yeah. And eventually the rest of the family is they're gonna put another house out there.
Legacy land is, to me, one of the most fascinating things you can do, especially during like coronavirus time. We're down there, we're away from everybody, and life is grand, you know. I was up at 4 this morning. We got a bunch of baby ducks hatching out. And,
nice.
You know, making sure they're all taken care of. We have 100 and some chickens and Susie, the pig. So, you know, the neighbors come down to see our pig all the time. Yeah, it's just, you know, life is what you make it.
It is.
And real estate is such a big part of everybody's life. I mean, you got to live somewhere. And if you live in an apartment, I'm sorry.
Call us. We'll help you find a house.
You know, but if you got a piece of, you know, I think God intended for everybody to have a little piece of dirt to manage. You know, that's part of our job, is to take care of this piece of dirt with this house and whatever. And that's part of what we're supposed to do. That's what we're called to do.
And if you enjoy apartment living or renting or whatever, to each their own. I know I've been in a situation where apartment was the best.
And for some people, that is the best thing. But, you know, for me, getting out on my little chunk of dirt and taking care of it.
I get older and I kind of retire, because I'll be doing this until I can't do it no more. Like they run me off, right? You know? Then I want to be in a place where somebody else maintains my land and my yard, and I just have, whether it's an apartment or a duplex in a retired community or whatever.
Right now, I'd like to have a farm hand, because our little 9-acre farm is almost too much to keep track of while I'm doing. You know, we've got the real estate company, a property management company, the commercial company. I've got all the rental stuff we mess with. I'm busy, you know. But I tell you what, to go home and spend 4 or 5 hours on the mower sometimes is therapeutic. Okay, that is my happy place, and I just, you got to find your happy place. And if it's in town, if it's in an apartment, if it's in the condo in Bricktown, you know, if that's your happy place, go for it.
Well, the other day I told Christina, I was like, you know how tempting it is to sell the house and just buy a couple acres, put a big old barn on it, and stick an RV in it and live out of the RV.
You'll be copying off somebody.
But you know how less maintenance. Tyler's gone in 2 years. It's just me and John.
Mm-hmm. You know, and you know, we have to remember that every time we're dealing with a client. That's why we do our buyer consultation and stuff like that. We're asking you 101 questions because we need to know what's really right for you, what you really want. And guys and gals, couples out there, try to get as much on the same page as you can. I know the woman always makes the decision most of the time. But it's great when people are in alignment.
Well,
and they walk in and it fits.
And sometimes talking to the couples or family, you got to find that happy medium, because you're not, even if they custom build, you're not going to find a house that's perfect, 100% perfect for both of them.
Yep.
You're always going to have to compromise, which is marriage in itself. So,
oh my goodness.
And that's pretty much what we do when we help people.
We've rambled on for a while.
Well, we did delay, so don't forget that, but 13 minutes.
That's still a long video for us.
That's what we're doing. We're trying to help you decide what you have to have and what you don't have to have.
And get you connected with lenders that can make it happen. And interest rates, man, it's just amazing what you can get on, what you can buy right now. You know, 1% interest on a house makes a huge difference.
Yes.
We're 2% less than we were just a couple of years ago. And that's huge.
Right.
You know, so, you know, buying that $350,000 house isn't near as complicated as it once was.
Well, and don't be house poor. Just because you can afford it doesn't mean you have to have it.
That's true.
Because if you're house poor, you don't get to go enjoy the other things. Take vacations, go out and eat.
See, I'm tool poor. Okay.
Yeah.
My neighbor's horse poor. He has too many horses. You know, but I'm tool poor. I have every tool that you could possibly.
But if you was house poor, you couldn't do that.
That's right. That's true. That's true.
So we want people to have the house they want, but be able to still enjoy their lives.
And if nothing else, this whole coronavirus has taught all of us life is way too short to sit on the sidelines. It just is. Got to get out there and do some stuff. I'm ready for the shutdown to be over. But
me too.
You know, if you are locked down at home, and especially older folks that have ailments or something, they got to be real cautious. But you know, time with family is precious. Time to yourself is precious. You know,
I hear the
door. All right, you about ready to wrap it up?
Yep.
Okay.
Sick of us.
Once again, we are Weichert Realtors, man.